Yes.
Oh, okay.
The sticker on the medicine is supposed to have your compassion. Now, this club has been raided and is no longer present, but let's, for argument's sake, say I had this card for that club. So if I had a bag of medicine that then was tagged with the same number, patient number 13, the officer was then to inspect the two numbers and then hand them both back to me and send me on my way. And that's without having this license here making me legal. They made it part of their city bylaws to respect the Compassion Club cards. And simply because no Compassion Club can issue cannabis to a patient without having verbally confirmed with the doctor's office that all of the medical information they've received is actually true, legitimate, accurate, and belongs to that patient. The doctor doesn't have to agree for the patient to use cannabis, but he has to confirm the medical diagnosis that allows that patient to have that condition. So they actually passed a bylaw. That's why you have less trouble in the city of Toronto. And that's why I'm trying to work with the city police here to change the bylaws here and our city
Well, if
solicitor.
you saw somebody with that and a medicine with a sticker on it, would you charge that person? For having
No,
cannabis?
if you found me with medicine and just this and not
Just this, no
what would
federal
you
exemption, just this. Because some people don't have a federal exemption.
If there is a legal license in existence.
No, that's not a legal
It's not
license.
legal.
That's what we're
Would you
asking
classify
you.
that
If you
as legal?
found me with this and a bag of medicine,
And you just said this, I believe that you're in contravention of the CDSA.
but still
That's
get
what I
arrested
mean,
like that.
yeah, you'd be arrested, but as soon as you provided me with proof that you're legally entitled to possess
Yeah,
it
but the
and
problem
use
is
it.
most people aren't. That's
Dude,
the real
a lot
problem
of
because
people
there's so
aren't
few
legal.
doctors that sign. Their doctors know they're using and they refuse. In fact, my family doctor, when I got this card, she fired me as a patient. And do you know how long it's been taking the College of Physicians and Surgeons to process my complaint? And I'm a person who's had cancer 4 times. So she knew that without a family doctor, I couldn't get a PAC because I couldn't even get a referral to a gynecologist.
So is the problem with the doctor?
The problem, yes, the problem is definitely with the doctors, but also with the government, because the government, the politicians who enacted this policy, have allowed the doctors to opt out of the program, to say, I don't wish to sign for you. I know you need, in fact, during the 8 years when I was looking, I still carry the letters around. They're in the trunk of my car. I have more than 8 letters from 8 different physicians who all said, we've never seen Vicki respond to any medicine the way she responds to this. We've never seen anyone get so sick from drugs, but I won't sign for her with you. And I literally went from doctor to doctor to doctor, 23 physicians, until somebody said, okay, I'll sign. And that person charged me $300, half my monthly income.
I appreciate your condition and situation. There's not a lot, if anything, I will be able to do for you.
Sure there is. You could be part of the committee if we can change some bylaws here and have some support for that.
Well, no, what she's saying.
There's actually an organization called Law Enforcement Against Prohibition that hundreds of officers are actually part of.
Yeah.
That you could join in on Facebook.
Officers, judges, crowns.
Have you guys gone through any training regarding medical marijuana?
Just so you know, we're getting way off the original reason why we're here, to get the message to
Yes, and we're hoping people will come through the office today and we can politely speak to them and show
Sure, I
them our
find this very
side.
progressive. I can't speak to people from my city.
coming in.
Have you guys gone
So,
through?
like, if you want to get
They're
the
usually
message out,
down.
I don't know why you're not protesting the public.
Because we're still waiting for the papers to come.
Sir, we've been communicating.
There's 3 different newspapers coming here to take our picture for being here, and Chex News has already been here to interview us today. So we have a purpose for being here. That's how our protest will get known, isn't to go try to find people. It's to bring the papers here, see Dean Del Mastro's name with all of our photographs and all of our protest signs, and to actually be effective that
Me
way.
with the 2
To campaign
cables
to
and
the
the
whole
bomb.
city
That's good optics.
instead of just a couple of constituents.
Can I ask you something? Like through your guys' organized police department, have you guys gone through training to deal with people with license or? Like, to
Is
deal with
there
people
an
that-
awareness,
if they got
medical
pulled
awareness
over, If you
program?
got caught in the park smoking that, and you guys rode up on them, do you guys have any specific training in the medical marijuana field as of yet to deal with this
No, we're
situation?
not medical doctors.
No, okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do about that in my city.
So you had no knowledge on the, I'm saying, are you guys
Have you
working
taken,
in
I
your?
don't know
but-
how long you've been on the job, but nowadays, when I
Yes,
got
we've
my
been there a
job
while,
with the
but you
city,
start
I know.
Have some
When I got my
respect
job
now.
with the city, I just got it last year. I had to take a public, provincially mandated accessibility standards course. So I had to learn how to deal with people with accessibility issues, with disabilities. And in the accessibility standards course, medical marijuana isn't mentioned in there anywhere.
That's
So
what I'm searching for.
it's city to city. Oshawa issues its own accessibility standards course on mandate by the province. So I'm going to go through my Accessibility Advisory Committee to advise City Council that medical cannabis is an accessibility issue and should be mentioned in the accessibility standards course, that everybody who works in a public sector has to take the course before they get their job. So then police officers, ambulance drivers, politicians, even like the people who deal with hydro bills and stuff. Anybody who works in the public sector will have to take the accessibility standards course. And there's just a little paragraph on different disability, like deaf, blind, people with equipment and stuff that, and they teach you sort of how to deal with. They say don't pet a blind person's dog, and not to yell at deaf people. They don't like that. Not to over enunciate. You can just speak to them normally.